Very good. Very cool.
All right, we got power. We're ready.
All right. Awesome. So now, what's the name of the spiritual Western movie?
Trailblazers. It's called Trailblazers right now.
Trailblazers.
And
Okay.
I think once this next pass is done, the final pass on the script, I think they're going to have a pretty easy time getting the money. They've got a lot of good people that are interested, and Kaya Jones is really amazing. And Nick, what's Nick's last name? There's this guy named Nick who's super cool, this young director, producer guy. He's helping, and then, I mean, it's just a really good bunch of people. It's really good.
How'd you get Scott? Scott Baio.
Yep, Scott Baio. Wait, let me find it. I can get it up.
You know, we come from the same neighborhood. I have a Scott Baio story, so I'm going to tell it real quick. It's a little. It's a pathetic little story. I tell it all the time on my show whenever his name comes up. But so a friend of mine, her father owned this restaurant in Brooklyn, and she said, "Do you know tonight Scott Baio is going to be having dinner in my father's restaurant?" And we were like, "Really?" Now we knew he was already Chachi from Happy Days, and he lived on 80th Street and 10th Avenue in the corner house. I lived on 47 and 12th. My friends lived close by. So she said, "Yeah." She said, "He's going to be getting ready to leave his house about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. So she said, if you guys want to go over there, you could probably see him when he's coming out of his house." We're like 12 years old, 12, maybe 13, right? So we get on our bicycles and we're riding a good 40 blocks, right? And we get to his house and his father is outside. Now his father, I remember, was like livid. He was so mad because all the girls in the neighborhood, they just sold the house. They're moving to California. Right? And the girls in the neighborhood wrote all over his fence, "Mary loves Scott. Scott loves Susie." Like they put graffiti all, and the father was screaming. I remember that. And all of a sudden, I see him in the backyard doorway, and he's looks real sharp, and he had like a little tuxedo on. And I looked and I said, "Hi, Scott." And he looked at me and he said, "Hi." And that's my Scott Baio story.
That's so great.
But it's so funny because, yeah, and then he came back to the old neighborhood a few years ago. I think he did like a reality TV show, and he came back to his old neighborhood in Dyker Heights, Brooklyn, back to, yeah, by the old house. And yeah. And I always say one day I would love to like interview him one day just to say, I met you when I was 20.
All the people from Trailblazers, I've been telling them, because I've been doing a lot of interviews lately, and they're all into doing this. You should have Antonio. You should have Antonio on.
I would love to.
He's so awesome and he's so hot.
Don't you think so, Caleb?
But he's also really like a good guy, and he's not.
I would love that.
Yeah, and Kaya Jones is beautiful and so smart. This chick is really, you would love her. I mean, everybody is so awesome.
You can help us reach them. That would be awesome.
I totally will.